We just did a 2.5 kilometer walk here, and we're getting some mixed rain and snow, so hopefully the rain stays around and the snow doesn't come down too hard. We have a huge section of bedrock all along here. We're trying to find a way to get over there and work some material there, but we'll see. You can see the huge gravel bar up there. Water levels are way down, so we'll be able to do some good panning today. So it's going to be a little bit difficult to get over to that bedrock slab. We are really close to bedrock throughout this whole creek. Right here we're probably about 2 feet down, so we're going to pull a bunch of pans from here. If we find anything good, we'll include the pan in the video. We're going to do a whole bunch of pans, so we'll start right here where all these giant boulders are underneath here. And bedrock is right down underneath that tree, so maybe we'll pull something out. We'll see. We are about 15 meters away from that last spot I showed you. And you can see oxidization on some of the rocks. Just insanely rusty. And if you guys haven't seen our second channel on YouTube, we have a video we recently posted where we panned some of the oxidized material right down below at bedrock, and we found some decent gold. So maybe this is similar, I don't know. We're gonna certainly do a few pans here and see. This is a pretty interesting rock here. You have basalt and it's cemented together, so you have sedimentary rocks here that have broken away and been cemented together by a darker mafic rock. And there's lots of oxidization all along here. More there. And that is in the same area as we're pulling up more oxidized material. The rust. Look at those rocks. Ooh, that looks good. Oh yeah, there's gold. I can see it. No way. I think I saw a thicker. That would be sick for a first pan. I think I'm seeing sulfides here. Okay. There's definitely sulfides in there. There we go. Not quite a picker, but That's pretty darn good for a first pan. Let's do a couple more. We're finding pretty consistent gold here. We've done like 6 or 7 other pans and flakes in pretty much every single one. Look how rusty that is. Oh, there's a picker. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Biggest picker of the day, probably. Seeing some pretty good gold. Okay, we're down to some sulfides here and black sand. Clean it up a tiny bit more on the side. Okay. That is good gold. Here's an example of epidote and olivine intrusion running in your basalts here. Granitic boulders, consistent with the geology in this area. So we're moving on to a new spot now. We did about 20 pans there. Got some decent gold. We have a new spot recorded. We want to find some more, so we're headed upstream. Another 1.5 kilometers up the creek here. So we're going to pan here and work this little area for a little bit. Bedrock is fairly shallow. You have exposed bedrock all along up here. We can't get to that portion right now, but this area is good enough because we're finding gold. It's freezing out. Okay, let's clean it up a bit. Lots of black sand in there. Oh, look at this nugget. I would classify that as a nugget. A little bit more gold there. And the black sands. I don't see anything so far. A lot of black sand. A little bit of gold there. Oh yeah. Oh wow. Another little nugget. Little flake there. That's pretty good. So I think we'll end on another high note. I always love finishing a video off on a good pan. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you next time. We gotta get hiking out of here. We did 36 pans today, and this is the cons. Panned a bunch of the black sands off. So let's take a look at what we've got. There we go. Some nuggets. It was a pretty good day. We found 3 new spots we're pretty happy about. Some of them are a little far and you gotta walk, but gold's still gold and we love getting that.